Let me go back to my Olympic journey. My dad one day took a circle, drew a circle in the soil. The soil's all fluffed up. Step inside of the circle, son. You have broken wings. And it takes a dream to heal broken wings. And before you can get to the dream, you have to have hope. It takes a dream to heal broken souls, son. Step inside of the circle. I stepped inside. I'm 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years of age until he died when I was 12. Look inside of your heart. I felt his hand on my chest, my heartbeat bouncing his hand off of me. Look inside of your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. What do you find? I'm too young to understand. He said, I'll tell you what you find. Hate. People have expressed hatred toward us. Jealousy, because we don't have anything of material value. But the jealousy blinds you, son. You don't see the good in our own culture, other cultures. Look deeper, son. Way down deep are where the dreams lie. Find a dream, son. It's the pursuit of a dream that heals broken souls. My dad died a couple months later, after the last time he shared those thoughts with me. You have broken wings, son. Find a dream. It's the pursuit of a dream that heals broken souls. Hope gives dreams reality. We need to help our young people, not just with hope, but to find a passion in life, positive, constructive passion. Help them develop the talent to equal the passion. Bring them together. Because what happens when you bring passion and talent together? All given birth through hope. Magic happens. And one or two of those magical things our young people will create over time will be looked upon as a miracle. But it cannot be done without understanding the footsteps. After the land was taken, the land had to be developed. Slavery. When the African Americans were freed, 4 million slaves now free. Our leaders in Washington, many of them, going to the South, telling our poor white citizens, putting fear in them. Now they're going to try to take your jobs. Don't let them, creating a hate that I could see on the streets of Ferguson. Jim Crow was born. And now, the new Jim Crow, an attempt to make all young men of color as felons. We have an incredibly difficult job to do. But together, collectively, we can choreograph our journey into the horizon of our future. So I'm going to go to my Olympic movement and share with you how I dealt with 3 attempts of suicide because of what I just described. I was taught to take the culture, the tradition, the spirituality, and extract from the culture, tradition, spirituality, and put the virtues and the values that empower society's culture, tradition, spirituality. Put those virtues and values into an educational pursuit, into an Olympic pursuit, into my marriage. Why? Because it's the virtues and the values that gives us confidence, gives us direction, gives us a clarity of mind to make positive decisions and stay the course. But we cannot have one perspective, a European perspective in this beautiful country. We need to know the perspective, the footprints of all of our citizens. I'm this young orphaned boy. I go off to college My dad told me to look beyond the hurt, the hate, the jealousy, the self-pity. Way down deeper where the dreams lie, son. Find the dream. It's the pursuit of a dream that heals broken souls. But take the culture, their tradition, their spirituality, the virtues and the values, and use those for empowerment, to empower myself, to empower my community, my tribal nation, the United States of America, and help make the world a better place. I'm at the University of Kansas. The first 3 times I made All-American, I was unprepared for the rejection. But I remember the words. Yeah, you the darker-skinned one. The first 5 All-Americans, we all looked at our skin. I was the darker one. I want you out of the photo. Why? Perceptions created from what I just described. The doctrine of discovery, manifest destiny, slavery, Jim Crow, and now the new Jim Crow. I stepped out of the photo. The Canadian simply said, "That's Billy Mills. Billy's the only American making All-American. The rest of us are foreign athletes going to the U.S. schools." The Canadian athlete said, "I'm not going to have my photo taken unless Billy can have his photo taken. Billy, come stand by me." I stood by him. They snapped the photo, but a little bit of me broke. The next year, the same thing. A bit of me broke. The third year, Mills, congratulations, 3 times cross-country All-American. I'm asked to step out of the photo, but 2 photos would be taken. I broke. I know what it is to be broken. And you deal with broken children many times. I know what it feels like. I go back to my hotel room, and I'm on a chair. It took years to share this because I thought it was weakness. I thought it was cowardly. And I'm going to jump. My reservation had 27 suicides last year. I was going to jump, but I want to tell you why I didn't jump. I didn't hear through my ears. Movement, energy underneath my skin. Don't. That energy sounded like my dad's voice, who died when I was 12. Then don't. Don't. Then loving, compassionate, gentle, powerful. Don't. I got off the chair and I wrote down a dream. Gold medal, 10,000-meter run. God has given me the ability. The rest is up to me. Believe, 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 believe. And the first time I felt like I belonged in this country was when I became a Marine Corps officer. And I was beginning to mature from that feeling of belonging. Gold medal, 10,000-meter run. Went back, graduated from college, met my wife, Patricia. We got married. I'm this young Marine Corps officer. Now we're on our way to Tokyo, Japan. It's time for the 10,000-meter run. I'm going out of the village quarters we're in. I get a phone call. I go back in. It's my sister from the reservation. I hope we're not bothering you, Billy. We love you. We're praying for you. Regardless of what happens, we're proud of you. Reminding me that some of our tribal elders told me to honor myself so I could honor my family, my tribal nation, America. We're proud of you. We love you. And then I heard, we're disconnected. I couldn't put the call back through, but the simple thought, somebody back home is thinking about me, somebody loves me, somebody cares, the confidence goes up. I got on the bus. There are 2 vacant seats. Over here is a vacant seat by Randy Matson, 255-pound shot putter from Texas A&M. Over here is a beautiful lady from Poland. Now, obviously, I ignored Randy. I sat by this beautiful lady, and it was a major mistake. She spoke perfect English, saw my track shoes in my hands, USA jersey. Ah, USA. Yeah, USA. What event are you in? I'm in the 10,000-meter run and the marathon. She said, oh, today's the final of the 10,000. I quietly acknowledged today was the final when she came back with, tell me, who do you think is going to win? Hey, you don't ask somebody that, especially somebody who grew up in a dysfunctional family, dysfunctional himself. I could not respond. She tapped me on the elbow. Who's going to win, Clark or Blitnikoff? Now she's giving me a choice. The doctrine of discovery, manifest destiny, broken treaties, executive orders, statutes, slavery, Jim Crow, the new Jim Crow, does not give people of color that option to include themselves. Who's going to win, Clark or Blitnikoff? But hope includes us all. Who's going to win, Clark or Blitnikoff? I dug down as deep as I could, and I quietly came up with, I'm going to win. Complete silence. Well, what's your name? Billy Mills. Oh. No more communication. We go to the track. We do the warm-up. I come out. I'm the last athlete up on the track. As we cross the about 95-meter mark from the finish line, Patricia's 32 seats up. I knew where she was sitting, but I didn't want to look, because if there was the slightest doubt in her eyes, I would lose everything. So I tried to have a swagger, and I don't have a swagger. I walked by confident. We line up, the gun goes off, lap after lap, runners fall behind. For those of you who run, we crossed the 3 mile in 13 minutes and 28 seconds on a cinder track, muddy. 2 problems. I was in 4th place, but that's the small problem. The big problem, I'm within 1 second of my fastest 3 mile ever, but the race is not 3 miles, it's 6.2 miles. There's no way I could continue. I'm going to quit. I looked into the infield while I was running. If there's nobody there I recognized, I was going to quit. All of the officials were local Japanese people, primarily from Tokyo. I'm an Ogallala Lakota from Pine Ridge. Nobody in the infield knew me. Anywhere was a great place to quit. But I also looked into the stadium. 80,000 people cheering, screaming. And who did I focus on? I focused on my wife, Patricia. She's crying. Many young people focus on Casey Family Services. I focused on Patricia. She's crying. And that gave me hope. She's also crying because she's aware of the first world record in my family, set by my adopted sister, who had 24 children. No, that's not the world record. I go, wow. However, of the 24 children, she had 8 sets of twins. My wife was also crying because I couldn't join a fraternity in college. It was not the University of Kansas. It was America. Those footprints should never be erased. But we build on those footprints. We come together. We seek the horizon of the future collectively. There's no way I could quit. 1 half of the race over with. I looked into the stands. I saw Patricia. She's crying because of the world record I described, but also because I could not join a fraternity at the University of Kansas. And it was not the University of Kansas. It was America. She was crying because I couldn't live with 2 friends of mine in college. One man's European American, One man's African American. Cliff Cushman, the European American shot down in Vietnam, first flight over Vietnam, listed as missing in action, then eventually killed in action. Ernie Shelby, African American. We saw him set a world record in the long jump at the Texas Relays, only to hear the click of the course, break over it. He lost a world record, but he had another. Not able to live together because one man's white, one man's black, I'm Indian. Not allowed to expand upon that love, that compassion, the diversity we can empower one another with. Crying for another reason. After my younger brother Chet was born, our mom and dad divorced. My mother remarried my dad's younger brother, so my uncle became my stepfather. My mom died, my uncle died. But in the process, my uncle remarried my mom's younger sister. I have over 30 brothers and sisters in that extended family, but it dawned on me why. My wife was crying. I was taking the virtues and the values of my culture and placing them into an educational pursuit, into my Olympic pursuit, into our marriage, into being a better man, because of the confidence, the direction, the clarity of mind they give. But so many of the minority virtues and values, an attempt was to erase them and the footprints. Unity through diversity, the future of humankind, our future as a nation, the future of our young people. There's no way I could quit. I continued lap after lap after lap after lap to where the video picked up the race. 1 lap to go. I moved into first place right on Ron Clark's shoulder, who ended up with 18 world records. He pushed me into the third lane. I stumbled. I closed back on his shoulder. My friend Gamoudi from Tunisia said, "Oh, my poor friend Billy." Clark pushed him off stride. "But I must strike." He struck. I recovered. I closed that window of opportunity for him. He told me later, I didn't know whether to slow down and try to go around. I can still squeeze through. He tried to squeeze through. Now I pushed my friend Billy. He's out of the race. I must focus on the world record holder. I'm type 2 diabetic, hypoglycemic. When I'd go low blood sugar in races, low self-esteem, orphaned, minority, poverty. If you want to accomplish anything in life, you've got to learn how to deal with those issues. Simply a type 2 diabetic going low blood sugar. I had no energy. I decided to let them get maybe 10 to 12 yards ahead of me. I'd make one final try coming off the curve. Boom, we're there. 120 meters to go, coming off the curve. Now, lifting my knees, lengthening my stride, pumping my arms. And as I come by with 120 meters to go, Patricia's 32 seats up, 95 meters. I'm right off, almost straight down from her. I had previously decided I would make one final try at that point. Now, lifting my knees, pumping my arms, a tingling sensation creeping down my forearm, followed by numbness, my vision coming and going, and that sticky, clammy sweat that comes with low blood sugar, not the free-flowing sweat of exercise. I don't know if I could catch them. One more try. A runner that moved from lane 1 to lane 4 right in front of me, when Clark and Gamoudi goes by, he senses me coming up, he moves to lane 5. I can see the finish line, 85 meters to go, but I'm 7-8 yards behind. Now, lifting my knees, pumping my arms, and as I go by the runner that moved out to let me go by, I looked, and in the center of his jersey, I saw an eagle. I saw an eagle. It was back to my dad, this little boy. Son, if you do these things, someday you'll have wings of an eagle. Wings of an eagle. I can win. The next thought was so quick, it would take me probably running time, 100 meters to share it. I may never be this close again. I've got to do it now. Wings of an eagle. I'm going to win. But I may not get to the finish line first. I contradicted myself. Wings of an eagle. I can win. Then I felt the tape break across my chest. I came to a stop. An official came up to me and his words were, "Who are you? Who are you?" I responded with, "Oh my God, did I miscount the laps?" Do I have one more lap to go? Finished. You're the new Olympic champion. I said, I've got to find the German. I've got to find the German. I've got to tell him. The eagle on his singlet helped me win. I found the German. I look. There's no eagle. It was simply a perception. Perceptions have been created for 500 years, affecting people of color in this country, and they are devastating. But with hope, we can distinguish those perceptions that can empower us, those perceptions that can destroy us. And with a support system like the Casey Family Programs, there's hope, and hope gives birth to dreams.